I have a friend of 10 years named Chan who is extremely psychic. For the sake of convenience, I will call her Erica. She has been saying things like prophecies since she was a child. This spread by word of mouth, and some people came all the way from far away to visit Erica. The main reason for their visit was to look for their missing child. Erica knows where they are just by looking at their pictures. And she was right. But only if the person was dead. As a young girl, Erica didn't think too much about it and just answered, "He's buried under the concrete." When she grew up, she realized how cruel she had been in her answers and decided to refuse to look for the person. Since then, he has continued to pretend to everyone around him that his abilities have disappeared. The truth is that I have always felt the presence of many spirits. Erica and I met in junior high school. At first, I was under the impression that there was a beautiful girl. By the way, Erica is in the quarter with England. She was so beautiful that when she was in high school, I encouraged her to enter the entertainment industry. She easily passed the audition for a major production company. But she quit after about 6 months, probably because she was unmotivated. From then on, as a normal high school student, Erica often played with me. We always went shopping and eating together after school. One time, we were sitting on the outside stairs of some facility eating sweets together when an old lady came down from above and spoke to us. An old lady came down from above and talked to us. The old lady looked like she had a limp. She said, "There are a lot of people here, what's going on today?" The old lady said. The street below was full of people. There was a festival going on. At times like this, I, being a shy person, always let Erica do the talking. But Erica was different. She turned her head away from me and showed no interest in talking to the old lady. I had no choice but to answer her questions. When I told her that there was a festival, she understood. That's why there are so many people here. The old lady was smiling and went down the stairs slowly, dragging her feet. All the while, Erica remained silent. And when the grandmother disappeared from sight, Chan finally opened her mouth. She said, "The person you just saw is long dead." I was surprised. I could see her clearly, and I was even having a conversation with her. "Are you kidding me?" I asked with a half smile. But Erica kept a straight face. "If you think I'm lying, go down the stairs. I'm sure she's already gone." I went down the stairs with half a doubt in my mind, but the old lady was already gone. I went down to the first floor to look for her, but she was nowhere to be found. The staircase was made to resemble a spiral staircase, and as I recall, in order to use the staircase, one had to enter from the first, fifth, or seventh floor. I believe the only way to use the stairs was to enter from the first, fifth, or seventh floor. The building is built from the fifth floor to the first floor, and you can't even enter the building. And we were sitting on the fifth floor. There was no way an old lady with a limp could get down from there to the first floor in such a short time. When I returned to Erica, she was eating a Pocky with a look on her face that said, "I knew it." She said, "I'm probably fine. It's just that there are so many people around that it seems to have come out of curiosity. It's just a harmless spirit." Then why didn't Erica talk to her grandmother? Because even harmless spirits can become possessed when they know I have powers. I was having a normal conversation with my grandmother. "It's okay, it's okay." This was the first time I saw a spirit. I thought spirits were supposed to come out in a more scary and vindictive way, so I was kind of disappointed. I was kind of disappointed because I thought spirits were supposed to come out in a more frightening and vindictive way. It's so sad to see her limp even after she passed away and took the form of a spirit. No, in fact, the people I usually see are not like that. They are much worse. Even though I had just seen the spirit of such a kind old lady, I was still a little scared. The actuality that the spirit of a kindly old lady is still a little scary, I was ashamed of myself. And once again, I learned of the unique environment in which Erica was placed. I did not see any spirits after that and graduated from high school without incident. After graduation, Erica got an office job and I worked as a freelancer while living at home. We were both busy with work and part-time jobs, and I did not see Erica very often. However, we continued to exchange occasional emails and phone calls. It was about a year after I graduated from high school that I heard that Erica had quit her job and started working at night. The reason she started working at night was her father's restructuring. In addition, Erica's home was with her sister, who had married early and moved back out. Erica also had a younger brother who was good-looking like her, but for some reason he was a stay-at-home mom. Erica worked hard to support her family. I felt somewhat ashamed of myself for being a parasite at my parents' house and working a part-time job in a days. When I began my job search, I had a hard time getting interviews. Finally, I ended up working as a semi-employee in a sales-related job. The store where I worked was the site of a murder a few years earlier. This incident was quite a news story at the time. I wrote that my job was in sales, but in reality it was a little different. I can't actually write down the job title clearly because even now, if you search for it, you can easily identify the case. When I started working at this place, I heard many stories about it. I heard that the previous manager had disappeared, or that all the employees were getting sick. But I didn't really care about any of that, because nothing had changed. Then, 1 year after I started working at that day, it had been raining since morning. Only a few customers showed up and the store was closed. By the afternoon, the number of customers completely stopped. The manager and employees had left to make a delivery, so I was the only one on duty at the store. The area was dimly lit due to the rain, and it was somewhat eerie. As I was killing time doing manual labor at the register, I heard footsteps. I wondered if a customer had entered the store unnoticed, so I said, "Welcome," in a book-off style, so that it would echo throughout the store. I said, "Irashai mace mace." Then I looked around the store to see if I could find a customer, but no one was there. I went back to the cash register to see if I had imagined it, and when I started working, I heard footsteps again. But there was still no customer. After repeating this several times, I started to get scared. Then, I heard footsteps for the second time. This time, the footsteps came clearly from behind me. Oh no, 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 no. As I stiffened in fear, a familiar jumper color came into view. The manager had returned from a delivery. Just as I was relieved, the footsteps disappeared. I turned around with trepidation. No one was there. What's wrong? The manager, who had no idea what was going on, asked me with a curious look on his face. I tried to remain calm. "Nothing, sir," I said. But I think my voice was trembling. After that, the manager was transferred to the left because he had caused some problems, and the employees quit one after another. The store's lineup changed. I became the oldest employee in the store. The new manager had just graduated from college and didn't know what was right or left. Koji, a part-time worker, came in at about the same time as the new manager. Koji had been a NEET until recently, living a life similar to that of a hermit, and he was acting somewhat suspiciously. We decided that it would be unlikely that we would be able to get him out to the store to deal with customers. Koji's work consisted mainly of assisting with deliveries and clerical work. However, when I started working for him, I found him to be a surprisingly interesting person. He often taught me about anime and manga that I did not know. He eventually got to know everyone, became cheerful, learned how to operate a cash register, and became able to serve customers. One time, everyone had gone out for a delivery and it was just me and Koji in the store. Koji was holed up in his office doing something. There were many customers that day and the cash register was getting crowded. It was getting difficult for me to run the cash register by myself, so I asked Koji to help me out. I called out from outside the office door at the exact moment when the customers had stopped coming in. "Koji, can you come out here for a minute?" There was no response from inside the office. The top 1/3 of the office door was frosted, so I could vaguely see inside from the outside. A figure wearing a staff jumper was moving inside, so I knew Koji was definitely inside. Thinking he might not have heard me, I decided to open the door and speak directly to him. Rumble, they're locking the door from the inside. I don't know what he is doing at this busy time. I was so angry that I rattled the doorknob for a while. I was calling out loudly to the Koji inside while rattling the doorknob in anger. Koji? What are you doing? I need some help with the register. At that moment, I heard a voice from behind me. What are you doing? What are you doing? It was Koji. What? I thought he was in the office. Koji said he was cleaning up in the back of the store. Then who is in the office now? When I thought that, the door, which had not been opened no matter how hard I tried, opened easily. There was no one inside. I did see a figure in a staff jumper moving. That is why I thought Koji was inside. But Koji had been in the back of the store all along. The office has no windows, and the only way in or out is through this door. So where was the person I saw in the office wearing a staff jumper? A chill ran down my spine. I was so busy dealing with customers after that I didn't have time to get to the bottom of it. I was too busy dealing with clients after that to find out the truth, so this matter became a blur. It didn't seem like Koji was lying about anything, and I was afraid to think about it too deeply, so I tried not to think about it. A few days later, when I came to work, I found a flower offering at the back entrance of the store. The incident happened a few years ago. That day was the anniversary of the victim's death. Every year on this day, the bereaved family members come to quietly offer flowers in the night. There is a small altar in the office. Every year, the flowers were raised on that altar. Some time later, the flowers wither, but no one on the staff takes care of them. Somehow, everyone seemed to think that I did not want to touch them. I had no choice but to reach out my hand. That's when it happened. Don't throw it away. Koji yelled. It was the first yell I had ever heard from Koji, who always spoke in a whisper. Startled, I quickly pulled my hand away from the flower. I wondered if I had done something to offend him. I had never imagined that the suspicious Koji would be so angry. Sorry. What's wrong? I apologized to Koji. But... What are you talking about? Koji was stunned. Did you just yell at me? No, I didn't say anything. Koji seemed to have forgotten that he had yelled at me. Or maybe I had misheard him. Just to be sure, I decided to leave the flowers where they were for a while longer. After those events, I continued to work at that store as usual. I started dating the manager and was buoyed by our workplace romance. After the staff always left, the manager and I would stay behind to close the register, talk about the store, and have fun. One day, when it was time to close the store, the manager did not come home from deliveries. After the store closed, I was alone, working and waiting for him to return. This had happened several times before. I was afraid to be alone until he came back. I would usually use the store's phone and wait while talking to a friend. That day I decided to call Erica for the first time in a while. I'm still at work and I'm all alone and bored. Come with me for a chat. Erica readily agreed, and for a while we talked about our high school days and had a lot of fun. However, Erica gradually became less talkative and her tone of voice darkened. I became concerned and asked her about it. You're at work right now, right? Yes, I am. Now get away from there. Quickly. Erica was already in a great swashbuckling mood and told me to leave right away. Fortunately, I had been entrusted with the keys to the store, so I quickly packed up and left. I went home without knowing what was going on and told him I had to go home first because I had something to do. As I reached for the phone to ask Erica why, I received a call from her. What happened earlier? I was about to say something, but Ichan interrupted me. Your office is in trouble. When I was on the phone in the store, There was a lot of noise, your voice sounded strange. She sounded like a different person. Then Erica told me that if I keep working at that place, something bad will happen. I was not sure if I could trust Yi-chan's opinion. I was not sure if I could believe her or not. I could believe what she said. But if I quit right away, I would cause trouble for those around me, and it would be difficult to find another job in this rural area. After much hesitation, I couldn't make up my mind and decided to go to work the next day. The next morning, when I left home, I saw Erica in front of me. It had been a long time since I had seen her. But why come to visit me so early in the morning? As soon as I met Erica, she got down on her knees in front of my door. Please don't go over there again. Erica was crying. Thinking back, that was the first time I had ever seen Erica cry. I was first surprised by that, and then I was quite upset. In the end, I was defeated by Erica's fierceness and decided to take the day off from work. Erica spent the rest of the day trying to convince me to quit my job. Erica introduced me to a new workplace, and I was getting used to the job. When I was getting used to my new job, I ran into someone I used to work with at that store. I heard that he had already quit that restaurant. When I asked him about it, he told me that after I quit the job, he had been through a lot. They all had physical breakdowns, neuroses, accidents, etc. Erica had convinced me to quit my job so that I wouldn't have to go through this. A few years have passed since that happened. I am now married to someone introduced to me by a senior colleague at work, and we have moved into a new house. The other day, Erica came to visit me at that new house. Erica was very happy when I let her meet the man who became her husband. I'm okay now, she said. This man will protect you from now on. I had already realized by this time. Why is Erica, who is cute and popular among boys, hanging out with a plain girl like me? Why did Erica, who is so smart, go to the trouble of dropping a few levels to go to the same high school as me? Why did she quit the entertainment agency she had worked so hard to get into, even though she had said she wanted to be a model? For a long time, whenever I wanted to go out alone, Erica often wanted to follow me. She even followed me to live shows, even though she wasn't interested in visual kei. She even went out of her way to accompany me to shopping and beauty salons to suit my tastes. It was all to protect me. When we first met in middle school, Erica was concerned about the presence of the one who possessed me behind my back. And Erica had always protected me from the many bad people that he attracted. According to Erica, as long as I am with my current husband, I am safe now. As if a weight had been lifted from her shoulders, Erica looked radiant. And now, Erica continues to work at night as usual. She is studying exorcism under a proper instructor in order to save as many people as possible. The study is extremely painful, she says. When she tries to use her unconscious ability consciously, she is not sure what she is doing, but she is not sure what she is doing. I don't know what it is, but it seems that his power goes out of control. Because of this, there are things lying around the room that I don't want to see. He has been taken to the hospital many times because of the influence of various people who come close to him. Still, she keeps trying. I will never be able to get over her again. I want to thank God for letting me meet Erica. This concludes this story. Thank you for listening to the end.